I am Dr. Nate Giles, Graduate Assistant. I am pleased to anchor today's Zoom webinar for SAUPO 2022. Our warmest welcome to you for attending SAUPO 2022 via Zoom webinar.
Now for the in-person version of that. Welcome everyone to the annual 2022 Symposium for AUS Partnership Opportunities. Certainly so nice to see some familiar faces and community in this room. And if you will all do me the great pleasure of welcoming Full Professor of Communications, Dr. May Gao.
Dear SAUPO speakers, sponsors, advisors, friends, colleagues, and students, ladies and gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning.
Ohayo gozaimasu. Annyeonghaseyo. On behalf of members in the SAUPO Planning Committee from the Asian Studies Program at Kennesaw State University, we warmly welcome you to the 2022 SAUPO Conference. For this one-day conference, we have prepared 4 years, like the Olympics. Last time we held SAUPO in Atlanta was in this hotel in April of 2018. Then in May of 2019, we held a very successful conference in Shanghai, China, right before the pandemic. President Camilla Whitten went all the way with us to Shanghai, China, to greet over 200 investors, friends, and speakers from China. Then SAUPO 2020 was abruptly shut down 1 month before the conference because of COVID-19 shutdown. And then on April 2nd of 2021, we held a 100% online SAUPO via Zoom webinar. So today we're doing both. We have about 200 people attending SAUPO in person and around 50 or 100 people attending online, depending on when they tune in. So in front of 200 audience all over the world, we want to welcome you, and you all look healthy, happy, and thanks to your dedication and hard work, we are here in one room early in the morning on Friday. Give yourself a round of applause. One of the major reasons why SAUPO could grow all these years is because of generations of strong KSU leadership who are entrepreneurial, student-centered, and globally minded. KSU's new president, Dr. Kathy Shui, who has been a sponsor, speaker, moderator, and advisor for SAUPO since 2011, the inaugural SAUPO conference. She would like to send you her warm welcome that we printed on page 1 of the 2022 SAUPO magazine. President Shui said, and I quote, "We are proud of the role that Kennesaw State University plays in organizing this annual SAUPO conference. The relationships established and reaffirmed each year through SAUPO, coupled with the informative presentations and discussions, testify to the value of this conference. As we continue to emerge from the pandemic, these connections between individuals and organizations from Asia and United States will help us move forward in collaboration and innovation. Many KSU leaders and sponsors and speakers are today Dr. Catherine Katie Kokkinen, our new Dean of Radar College Humanities and Social Sciences, Dr. Ivan Pulinkala, KSU's interim provost, and Dr. Pedro Coso, KSU's vice president for research. They're all sponsors, and they're also going to deliver opening remarks very soon. In addition, Dr. Monica Swan of KSU Wellstar College of Humanities and Social Sciences, and Dean Ferguson of Southern Polytechnic College of Engineering and Engineering Technology will moderate a exciting panels. I also want to thank Dean Robin Sheremy of KSU Coast College of Business and Chair Cecile Exilium of ISD for being SAUPO sponsors. Our appreciation for all of these innovative leaders at Kennesaw State University. We are aware that we live in a world with an ongoing war in Ukraine, rising inflation, and continued global trade conflict. Often, lack of respect and poor listening leads to misunderstanding, which can create conflicts. From the communication standpoint, the contact hypothesis proposed that if people of different cultural and ethnic backgrounds just come together and communicate, practice mutual respect for common goals, then we can achieve mutual understanding and reduce conflict. SAUPO strives to be such a friendly place. Founded in 2011, Symposium of Asia-USA Partnership Opportunities, SAUPO, is the largest Asia business conference in the US. And we welcome our global companies in presence here. We want to thank our sponsors from the communities. They are Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, AI Legal, Aprio, NC Corp, Delta Airlines, Hong Kong Economic and Trade Office in New York, Georgia Department of Economic Development, Vivid IP, Kids Are Kids China, Equity Prime Mortgage, Emirates Airlines, YKK Corporation of America, Murata Electronics, China Window Group, Taylor English and Duma, China Research Center, Restore Point, and ICA Institute. Thank you for your strong support all these years. In the past 11 years, SAUPO has been a classroom, a platform, and a matchmaker. SAUPO speakers inform us with cutting-edge knowledge. People of all cultures interact and connect at SAUPO for new opportunities. Over the years, we have enjoyed many SAUPO groups. Numerous KSU students of all majors have found scholarships, internships, and jobs. Southern Polytechnic College have connected with Murata Electronics for $250,000 of grant from this Japanese company. YKK Corporation has provided paid internship for our students. Thank you so much for your support from our communities. SAUPO is a dream come true. I would like to thank you to make today's gathering possible. We appreciate our out-of-town guests. Among them, there is a delegation from Chicago area led by the legendary George Moe, White House Initiative of Asian American and Pacific Islanders. We have Dr. Robin Dorff, the former Dean of College of Humanities and Social Sciences, coming to us from New Hampshire. We have Mrs. Stacy Watson, a speaker from Georgia Port Authority, coming from Savannah, and Mr. Glad Chen, chairman of China Window Group, a sponsor coming from Iowa. Exactly 11 years ago, on April 8th, 2011, SAUPO was inaugurated in the W Atlanta Midtown Hotel. If you attended the inaugural SAUPO conference in 2011, please stand up and be recognized. And we have a few. SAUPO is a gathering place for business leaders. If you are a corporate executive with a title such as President, CEO, CFO, COO, Vice President, Chairperson, please stand up and be recognized. If you are a leader, please stand up and be recognized. I'm indebted to our advisors at SAUPO Advisory Board and my colleagues at SAUPO Planning Committee. They're wearing the red label. And our student volunteers. Thank you for your dedication and hard work all these years. My life can be divided into two parts, BS and AS. Before SAUPO and after SAUPO. In case you're thinking I'm saying profanity. My husband Todd has to listen to me talking about SAUPO almost every day in the past 11 years. His latest quote is, "I look forward to AS so that I can resume my life." There is a season for everything. On this beautiful spring day, it's time for you to plant the seeds of friendship in hope of bountiful yields in the future partnership. Enjoy SAUPO today, and thank you for being here. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Catherine Katie Cochran, the new Dean of Radar College of Humanities and Social Sciences, a renowned scholar, to deliver opening remarks.
So yes, I'm Katie Cochran. I'm the new Dean of the Norman J. Radau College of Humanities and Social Sciences at Kennesaw State University, and it's my pleasure to welcome you here this morning. Our mission as an R2 university is to support research, teaching, and engagement at the local, national, and international level. This international focus, this global reach, is increasingly vital for our teaching and our research pursuits. Events such as today's conference provide an opportunity for meaningful engagement on topics critical to the world and to the university and our students. For example, the first panel today is going to be on the pandemic. This has been an impactful event that has shaped our lives for over 2 years now. It has certainly had impacts that are wide-reaching in terms of our education of students, our lives, and as well as the workplace. A multiple number of research projects are underway at the university. We are delving deep into many aspects of the pandemic, and what we learn ultimately can be applied to chart a healthier and more equitable path for our future communities and workplace. The SAUPO conference is organized and supported by faculty, along with Dr. Gao, within our college, and provides a unique global platform for dialogue and collaboration between the university, business, as well as the international stage. The four main purposes of SAUPO are to support information exchange, network building, global visibility, and cross-border transactions and interaction. We're pleased to continue to support the goals of SAUPO under the leadership of Dr. Mei Gao and Dr. Xiao Wei. Our common goal is to grow our more engaged college rooted in interdisciplinary liberal arts education. I look forward to numerous opportunities to talk with each of you today so we can develop mutually beneficial relationships and how we can support your success in the global economy. As the largest college within Kennesaw State University, we are educating students through 80 degree programs and have a robust general education curriculum that is impactful and important for the global stage. We value your support as we educate and equip our students for a challenging and changing workplace. Again, welcome to SAUPO and our best wishes for a productive and fruitful conference. Thank you so much.
Now it's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Ivan Kulinkala, Interim Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs at Kennesaw State University, to deliver opening remarks.
I bring you greetings from our newly named President at Kennesaw State University, Dr. Kat White. We are thrilled to be hosting this conference in person today, while also welcoming colleagues who are joining us through virtual modalities from around the globe. As an Asian American myself, having grown up in New Delhi, I know firsthand the impact economic, political, and cultural partnerships can have on advancing both our Asian and American communities. I grew up in India at a time when it only had a domestic economy. To me as a kid, the US represented a world of possibilities. With fascinations, I knew mostly through our 2 TV channels on a black and white television set. You may remember those. They were about this wide and about this deep. Today, India's global economy is sophisticated and limited only by its untapped potential. The economic, political, and cultural partnerships that we are here today to analyze in the context of Asian and American communities are the reason for the transformation I experienced personally as a dual citizen. At KSU, the values of globalization have a long-standing history of engagement. This very conference, as you've heard this morning, was started 11 years ago to foster the values of global learning that were embedded in the core of our accreditation and institutional mission. KSU continues to foster the values of partnership in our education and service mission, and has recently expanded its strategic plan, or the R2 roadmap, as we like to call it, to include a targeted focus on community through this edition as the fourth pillar of our roadmap. This focus extends our values of collaboration and partnership externally to our regional, national, and international partners. Today's symposium on Asia-USA partnership opportunities serves as the catalyst for conversations that expand our capacity to forge meaningful connections, study emerging trends, and build community. As we prepare our students at KSU to become world leaders, we do so embodied in the values that are being fostered today. Our focus on engaged learning and high-impact educational practices are rooted in the partnerships and collaborations we have beyond our institutional boundaries. My deep gratitude to the team of organizers, Dr. May Gao, our collaborators, the event sponsors, who have nurtured SAUPO into the largest Asian business conference in the US. And generous thanks to each of you who are joining us physically or virtually to enrich today's conversation with your experience, knowledge, and vision for the future of partnership opportunities between Asia and the US. Thank you so much.
I would like to introduce a KSU powerhouse, Dr. Federal Kossel, Vice President for Research, Kennesaw State University. She will deliver opening remarks. She will also join in panel number 1.
So really, thank you, May, for bringing this all together. It's you're really remarkable, and you're exactly why I want to be at Kennesaw State University, for people like you who have passion for what you're doing. Let me just share with you a little bit more about the roadmap, the R2 roadmap from Kennesaw State University, following the comments from Dean Kulankala. So we have this roadmap, R2 roadmap. So this came about in 2018 when we were designated as an R2 university, which means that KSU is in the top 6% of research universities in the United States. And this designation as an R2 was reinstated again in 2021. So we're very proud to have that designation for at least the next 3 years. And as part of our R2 roadmap, we have a commitment, as I've mentioned, to undergraduate education, growing graduate programs and enrollment, promoting interdisciplinary research. And then we have this new 4th pillar, which is community and culture. So for this pillar, KSU is committing itself to strengthening our collaborations with external partners such as yourselves. And just to give you an example of how committed we are to this pillar, I'd like to share with you what Kennesaw State's economic impact is in Cobb County alone. And we have some Cobb County businesses here in the room today, and also some key government representatives. So KSU's impact on Cobb County is estimated to be $1.6 billion in 2020. And we know the data that go into those estimates is flawed because we know the impact is much more than that. But 1.6 billion is our starting point. With growth of programs, enrollment, research, and partnerships, that number will continue to grow. So let me tell you a little bit about some of the ways that we're growing in education. Kennesaw State will be offering 2 new graduate degree programs addressing 2 high-demand fields for Georgia's economy. The first is a PhD in computer science in the College of Computing and Software Engineering that will be geared towards students entering high-level practitioner positions in tech companies, an incredibly high-demand area in Georgia's vibrant technology area. Pending final approval from the Board of Regents next week, the second is a master's degree in financial technology, or FinTech. FinTech has been a growing part of Georgia's economy, as you know, with over 70% of all financial transactions being channeled through one of the more than 200 FinTech companies that call Georgia home. Since its inception in 2018, Kennesaw State has been one of the primary contributors to the University System of Georgia's FinTech Academy, which provides undergraduate education in this vital field. KSU's master's degree in FinTech, housed in the Coles College of Business, will be the first of its kind in the state of Georgia and will be entirely online to support working professionals well beyond campus. Can I have a round of applause for that? KSU's come a long way in the last 5 years to student enrollment, funded research, faculty innovation, national and international recognition, and degree program offerings to meet the evolving needs of our community. Whether they are close to home here in the greater metro Atlanta, nationally, or globally to meet the demands of both interconnectedness and international vibrancy. Georgia is a global center for technology, transportation, and innovation, and while relationships with our partners in South Asia are strong, Kennesaw State University's Office of Research is looking forward to identifying and developing new opportunities for innovation and progress. Thank you all again for being here, and I hope you find today's panels both informative and inspiring. And thank you, May.
The Consulate General of Japan in Atlanta for their 11 years of support for SAUPO. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very proud and happy to be here at the opening of the SAUPO conference as the Consul General of Japan in Atlanta. I feel honored to have an occasion to make a remark like this. Actually, it is great to have this conference in person this year, seeing a big change from last year. I would like to celebrate this SAUPO conference organized by the Asia Studies program of Kennesaw State University for playing the role as a global platform promoting partnership and friendship between Asia and USA since 2011. SAUPO has grown into the largest Asian business conference in the US over the years and would not have been with this success without the effort of everyone involved under the strong leadership of KSU. As everyone is aware, Japan hosted the Summer Olympic and Paralympic Games in Tokyo in 2021. There were many difficulties operating these events during the pandemic, but at the same time, we showed to the international society that this big challenge could be overcome with collective effort by the people. For the Olympic and Paralympic Games to be concluded successfully, support from international society, namely from Asian countries, were indispensable. Joint effort by Asian region could overcome any difficulty it faces. No one would deny that the United States is one of the most important partners for each of Asian countries. Of course, for Japan as well. We are ready to support this great country in any situation and hope that for the United States the same applies. Japan has made every effort to make bilateral relationship mutually supportive. My best wish is relationship between Asia and the United States becomes mutually supportive in true sense and to this end, it is critically important to keep on showing Asian perspective and vision over the world to the people of the United States. This is why I believe in
the importance of this SAUPO meeting. I would also like to refer to the business relationship between the Southeast and Japan. We will have the 44th annual Southeast US-Japan Joint Conference this November. After nearly half a century from its kickoff, this conference will still remain substantive because I believe mutually beneficial relationship has been grown up between two regions, not only between business in two countries. I think this shows one possible path we can follow as Asian community, and I conclude my remark by stressing the significance of SAUPO to this end as well. Thank you very much.